Hello and welcome to Medicine Across Borders.
Where we explore the global tapestry of healthcare.
And challenges shaping healthcare systems worldwide. Share your thoughts and rate us on our social platforms to help us continue bringing new content on global healthcare.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Taha, and you're watching Medicine Across Borders. Today, I'm joined by a very special guest. Could you please introduce yourself?
Hello, yes, my name is Mohammed Reza Sadighi. I'm actually I finished my fourth year and I'm going to fifth year. I'm studying the dentistry in Medical University of Silesia.
That's nice. Okay, so can you tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and what inspired you to choose dentistry?
Yeah, actually, my father is a dentist in Iran, so I looked up to my dad every time. I was going to his clinic when I was a child, and I usually, in that time, I thought only dentistry exists as a job. So after that, I realized that it's a really good job in terms of everything, like income, in terms of prestige and the future. And that's why I chose the dentistry, and I really liked it though. Uh, and yeah. That's it. That's the
Okay,
reason I chose.
that's the reason. Okay, so why did you decide to study dentistry in Poland and not Iran or any other country?
Yeah. I don't know if you know it or not. Iran, studying dentistry or medicine in Iran is really hard. It's really competitive because there are very limited places for people, and there are so many people, like 1 million each year, taking the entrance exams, which is a one entrance exam for all the universities across Iran, and it's really competitive and it's really hard. I took that exam. I got good scores, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to get to dentistry, and that's why I was trying to find a university in like other countries, and I tried to usually get some information about the admission requirements for English-speaking countries like Canada, United States, UK. But I don't know, as you know, they are really expensive studying dentistry, and dentistry is a really expensive course of study compared to others, and it was near impossible for my family to support me to go to other countries, and I chose Europe. And due to the fact that I only knew English in that time, so I was trying to find the university which offers the dentistry course in English language, and Hungary and Poland and Slovakia was one of the countries that I found. And between these, I thought Poland offers a better quality of education, and the price is also low. The cost of living as well is really low compared to other European countries, of course.
Okay, so I mean, you gotta spend money to make money, right? So
Yeah, sure.
the healthcare system's quite expensive. Okay, so the educational system, how does the dental education system in Poland compare to the one in Iran?
I mean, very different because in my country there are so many sanctions and so many stuff going on, which makes it really hard to import the and like technology, dental technology, and so it's really hard because most of the dentists in Iran are usually using the very not very but like all the techniques and all the machines for for example, implants, for endodontics, for other kinds of treatments. But Poland actually has a good dental education compared to my country. Yeah, I can give it that. Yeah.
So, what would be the difference between the education found in Poland as compared to Iran, like the teaching style?
Uh, One thing which is very important to me as a person who wanted to go to European countries or to other countries was the fact that Poland is a European country. So when you get graduated, it's very easier for you to move across the Europe. But when you graduate in Iran, you have to take the boarding exam in each country that you want to go. So it will be very harder. And after that, you need to study for 1 year or 1 year and a half in order to compensate for those subjects that you haven't had in Iran. So it's really hard to get in Europe from a person who is graduated as a dentist in Iran compared to the person who is graduated as a dentist in Poland, which is a European country. And the second thing is most of the subjects are taught in Persian language, and in Poland we study in English, so it's very easier for us to uh, actually use other sources because we are speaking English in the class, and also all the teachers teaching in English language. So it will be very easier for us to in order to get to go to other countries, mostly like English speaking countries like UK after that. Because when you are in Iran, everything that you know is in Persian. So you have to, convert all of those knowledge in English and then go to another country. But here, you automatically learn everything in English, so it's very easier.
Okay, cool. So, what were the challenges that you have faced in your studies, particularly as an international student?
The most challenges that I'm facing is basically in the end of my study, because we have to do an stage basically, which is it depends. If you want to do it in English language, it's 6 months, and you have to pay 15,000 euros in one go without installments, and it's just very like huge amount of money for me to pay for like 15,000 euros for this stage. Or you can uh, take the language exam, Polish language exam, and pass it, and then you can sign up for the Polish stage, which is 1 year, and they pay you. You don't need to pay them; they pay you. Uh, I heard that's like 6,000 zloty per month, and you gain so much experience. However, I don't. Nobody told us at the beginning of our study. The university didn't tell us, and nobody told us that we have to do something like this. And now we are facing very like you have a limited time in order to learn the language. Uh, and the second thing is, if you do the 6 month stage, which is for English division, you don't get the working license in the Poland. However, if you do the 1 year, you get the license. But for that one, you need the language efficiency, and that's a hard thing to do. And the another challenge which I was facing is that uh, the Polish language is really hard and really challenging. So the day-to-day life, in my day-to-day life, I had to use some words, and I had to like go out to get my temporary residency, or going for like, buying something and shopping. It's really hard to get along with people, because like most of them here in the campus in the Zabrze, which is a small city, they cannot speak English at all. So when you go out and you start speaking English to them, they don't know what you are saying, and they can't answer you. And that's a challenging part, I guess. And the third one, which in my opinion is for I found it very difficult to get along with the people here. I don't know, maybe I found it very easier to get along with people from Portugal, from Spain, from France, Italy. But here in Poland and Scandinavian country north is like really hard. People are really they are not open to other like foreigners or other people compared to the other countries like France, Italy, which had so many immigrants and so many foreigners going there as a tourist or for living or for anything. I guess that's another challenging part, which can be very bothering for newcomers, of course.
Okay, so how have you adapted to these challenges?
Until to this day, I haven't adapted. I am still sometimes complaining about this fact. I don't know. Uh, I mean, here mostly people spend their time with the people from their own nationalities, not from the Polish people. It's really hard. They find it really hard to like make communication or make a new relationship or friendship. It's really hard, to be honest. And as I mentioned, the language barrier is one of the most challenging part, because even the Polish division students, even though they are studying in the same university as us, most of them found it very difficult and challenging to speak English. So the first part is they want to be friends with you, but they can't speak like fluently with you, and they cannot understand what you are saying. So that's the really hard part. And the second thing is they are not really open to new people, and it takes so long for them to trust you and try to be like communicate with you or these types of stuff. But for example, I was working in a place for 1 month or 2 months, and I was going there every day trying to like come up with new ideas and new conversation, but I found that they don't let me go further. It's like I wanted to go one step further, but they were like stopping me. And I said, okay, so I keep it in that level. But we had like some Erasmus students from Portugal, from other like countries, and they're like really open, and they come and say, "Hey, how are you?" They want to know about you. They want to go out with you, have a party with you, and everything. So it's like different. Of course, there are different region have different attitudes and different culture. So it's totally different for people.
Okay, so you're saying is that the Polish people that you found are more closed as compared to the other people you witnessed.
Yes, they are the Central Europe. I'm not going to say only specifically about Polish people. Central Europe, the people from Central Europe are more close than the people in South Europe, like Southern and like France, Italy, Spain, these types of countries. Yeah, they are really open.
Okay, so when you were choosing universities in Europe, in Poland, what made you choose the Medical University of Silesia?
Uh, my father's friend, who now is working in Warsaw, he's a dentist. He studied in this university, and he came to our house because my father invited him, and we started like talking. In that time, I was in Iran. I didn't have any clue what university I'm gonna choose, what country I'm gonna choose. So uh, he came and started like talking about this university, and he told me that was the first kind of impression that I got from this university, and that was the first reason that I chose this university.
Okay. So, what kind of support systems would you say the university provides for the students, international students specifically, who are studying in Poland?
What do you mean by support? Like
Like, so
financially or?
international students, I mean, if you're here, you're alone and you're not incorporated with the Polish people, you might feel left out. And as a result, it can, increase loneliness, depression, and, insomnia in some
No,
cases.
no, I'm not lonely and I don't feel like depression because I'm with people like there are so many Iranians in our class, so we are going out. I have other like friends which are not Iranian, but we are going out. We are hanging out. Like we have a good time. It's not like I'm lonely, but the thing is, if you are here, be only by yourself, you feel lonely, of course, yeah. But thanks God, I have so many good friends now. The university actually, I haven't seen any like support from them specifically, but I got some like emails from them that they invite you to some psychological kind of treatment from the university. They mostly they are held by the university for the international students, and it was specifically during the Corona period, which was a really like it wasn't about the loneliness and depression. It was all about the people who got the COVID-19 and they were so scared. So they wanted to give them some like tips and like make them more comfortable because the
Right.
people at that time they were so scared of this disease and they thought everybody who gets this disease they're gonna like die or something. But the university was trying to like calm them down by inviting them personally to have some conversation with them and like make them more comfortable.
Okay, so would you say the university helps to integrate the international students with the Polish students?
No, I don't think so. I don't think, to be honest.
So you
The
think this?
university hasn't done anything. Like most of the parties and most of the things that is held by the Polish division students, it's not by the university. So the university doesn't do anything about this. The university sometimes even doesn't do something about getting patients for us. Like sometimes they don't even do their obligations. But yeah, when it comes to integration, no, I don't see it, to be honest.
Yep, I'm gonna call this episode brutally honest with Raza. Okay, so your professional development now. So you have clinical trainings, right? So can you
Yes.
describe your clinical training experience in Poland and how is the hands-on approach?
Yes, I've just finished my clinic 1 month period internship in the Bitom Akademicki, and it was a really good time. I mean, even though I was not that lucky and I chose as I spent my internship in pediatric department, which is a nightmare to be honest, to be because there are little children. They are really like scared. They have so much stress. They come to the clinic even before they come and sit on dental chair. They start crying. So it's really hard to you have to convince them to sit on the chair, open their mouth, and everything. So it's really hard. Uh, but I learned so many things, how to communicate with them and what material we should use for children, what's the difference of like treating a cavity in children compared to adults. And after 3 weeks, I had 1 week in oral surgery, which is really like, there are so many patients which wants to extract their teeth. And I had like 17 or 16 extractions per day, which was crazy, but I really liked it. I really liked there was there are really good doctors working there, and they help us because it's really challenging for us to communicate with the patient, of course, because of the language barrier that I mentioned. Most of the patients cannot speak English, but the doctors usually help you to communicate with them, and they examine them first and then let you know what kind of treatment you want to do, and then prepare like all the documents for you. And then the only thing you do is to choose your material, bringing the set, dental, preparing the dental chair, and yes, doing the thing, like find the cavity and do the operation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask, like, so you're now in the final year of your university time period, yeah? You must be excited about getting graduated. So, after graduation, what are your plans? Do you wish to practice in Poland, go to Iran, or somewhere else?
To be honest with you, I'm not that much excited to get graduated because once I get graduated, everything starts. Like the hard part starts because I have to. Uh, my plan is to try to do this stage here, and I don't know about this price. You know, it's like it's so much. If I want to do it in English, if I want to do it in Polish, I need the language, and I'm working on it, but it's like really hard to be honest. Uh, and I haven't decided yet which country I'm gonna choose. But I'm not gonna come back to Iran. I mean, the possibilities are so low. This is my last, like, kind of option,
Hmm.
let's say. Yeah.
Okay, so how do you feel that the international education you're receiving in Poland will impact your career opportunities and professional development?
Uh, Actually, I mean, like, compared to be honest with you, compared to the price that we are paying and compared to the, like, what can I say? Like, we are even doing our best. We are studying. But the thing is, we didn't know that we are gonna face this stage. So I had this like kind of I thought that everything will be easy, but now I have that much stress that what I'm gonna do. So if I want to question the university, I'm gonna ask them, why didn't you tell us this at the beginning so we could have prepared for it? So that's an impact for that's a negative impact in terms of uh, education for me because if I knew everything at the beginning, I would be very more prepared for the future. But I guess the university uh, didn't do a great job in this terms of, in this term in terms of informing us about this stage and about the post-graduation procedures, which are very necessary.
Hmm. Okay, brutally honest it is. Okay,
Brutally honest, yes.
yeah. So, how has studying abroad changed you personally and professionally? I would say.
so much. It changed me totally. I can't even say because I am not a person who's gonna say how much I changed. You have to ask the people, like other people who were with me before I come here, and then after I spend like 4 years here, so they know me, and then they can tell you, yes, this person changed. But as they say, I changed a lot because when you are here. You have to be independent. You have to know how to cope with all the situations because it's not only the passing the exams and attending in the classes. You have to do everything. You have to. And before I come here, everything was ready for me. But here you have to try for your temporary residency card. You have to, follow that case, and you have to also make food for yourself. You have to clean your room. You have to study. You have to pass the exams. You have to do like everything at the same time, and sometimes it makes it hard to focus on all of them at the same time and do the multitasking. And I found it very challenging. But it also prepares you for your future and for making a family in the future and taking some responsibilities. It makes you stronger. And this place is a small city. It's kind of a village, to be honest. And I'm surrounded with so many like it's like a jungle out here. And you don't have anything to do, to be honest. Everything you want to do, you have to go to a bigger city, which is Katowice, and it's like 1 hour and something by bus. And here is like a solitary kind of thing, which you have so much time to think about so many deep thoughts and the philosophy. And yeah, it changes you. It changes you dramatically. But I hope that it changes people in the good way because some people found it very challenging and they told me that they got depression after the graduation. Because I was talking to one of the people who came from Norway here to study dentistry. He got graduated and he was telling me that before I come here, I was a happy person. Now I'm leaving, I have depression. I said, yeah, maybe it changed you in a bad way, but I try to exercise, go to the gym and try to take full advantage of my free time in order to make progress. So I guess it was good for me. I mean, this time was good for me.
So keeping yourself busy helps to
Yeah,
clear your head,
keeping
yeah.
yourself busy in a way that you make progress. I mean, playing all the time also keep you busy, but you don't do anything, You can like read books, you can study, you can like study subjects to like revise things. Now I am studying Polish language by myself, and also I'm going to the gym. So that's the thing. That's these things are really taking so much time. So I try to fill my free time with these types of things, which are very important for me. They are very vital for my post graduation.
Oh, okay. So did you go to the gym today? You said gym a few times. I wanted to ask though.
No, because I couldn't go to the gym during my practice internship, and also before that I had the exams, the final exams. So I didn't go to the gym for 2 months, and after that I started the gym, but because my muscles are like relaxed now, and after that I went to do some like very serious kind of activities. Now I have so much pain in my body, so today I wasn't able to go as well because my body was really like painful. Now my feet, I can feel them still. It's so painful, so I couldn't go. But I go tomorrow. I go tomorrow and I start my hard working. It gives me better mood, to be honest, when I go to the gym. I feel so better, more refreshed, more energetic, and everything is good. Yeah,
Okay. So I wanted to ask then,
yeah.
what skills or lessons have you learned that you believe are unique to your experience while studying abroad?
I mean, uh, the most unique thing which I can mention is that you learn to be stronger in terms of everything. Because when you are far from your parents, you miss them so much. In my situation, I couldn't see them as a person because of the situation, sanctions, and because of the like things, the political like disconveniences that are going on. And it makes you stronger, and you have to be stronger. There is no other way. And the thing is, it pushes you to your limits. So you know your limits. You might think that, yeah, I can't study 7 hours a day, but then you have exam and you know that you're gonna fail if you don't study. So you may even study 10 hours or 13 hours. So you push your limits. So when you push your limits, you are more compatible for the hard situations. And that's the thing. I didn't know that I can manage everything at the same time, like doing the multitasking. But now I'm doing it. So that's a kind of unique experience that I had from here, that revealing my hidden kind of
Talents.
potentials.
Okay.
Yes, more potentials. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, what advice would you give to other students from Iran or any other country who are considering studying dentistry abroad?
Uh, First, I tell them, before you come here, before you start your education, first know all the rules and regulations about everything, about work permit, about everything. Don't only focus on entrance exam and just getting there. Know about what you are gonna do after. So know your plan and stick to it. Second thing is, I recommend them to start learning, like everywhere you go. You go to Hungary, learn Hungarian. You go to Poland, learn Polish. You go to Spain, learn Spanish from the beginning, from the first year. Even though you are studying in English division, start learning that language from the first year. It can help you greatly, because it can be a great help for you, because everywhere you go, like, you have to, they speak their own language. So it's easier for you to get to their communities, make new friends, and also handle your paperworks in terms of, for example, to the immigration office or anything. So it's easier for you to do that. And also, they have to know that it's not that easy, to be honest, to be far from their family and the people that they love, their best friends and everything. It's really hard. It's really hard to get along with them and manage their expenses and everything. It's hard, to be honest. Uh, but yeah, these are my advices to them. And one more advice: if they want to have more fun, I I advise them to go to Łódź University, or maybe Warsaw University or Krakow University, because here we have nothing to do, to be honest. This university is good. It's really good, but the city is not my choice, let's say.
Well, then people can explore, so you can say
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, the exams from first year till fourth year, how would you rank them? Like, were they easy on your path, or did have any trouble studying at some point?
First year, I can't tell, because our first year was online because of the COVID-19 situation, the all the crazy thing that was going on. But yes, I'm gonna say second year was the hardest. And third year only, general surgery exam was the hardest, because the professor that was asking the questions, he's asking questions that even the surgeon cannot answer. So it was really hard. Yeah, and also, uh, I heard that this year he failed so many people in the class. But our class, we passed, and it was really good. Only one person failed in our class, but all of us passed except one. But the second year in my plan was the hardest. In terms of classes, so many exams, and yeah. Third year, first semester is the easiest. You don't have that much classes. Uh, Second semester, you have classes every day in the morning. Is a little bit hard. Fourth year is not that challenging. You have the final exams in the fourth year are really easy that I finished. It's really good. But you have classes every day in the morning. That's the challenging part. But I guess, yeah, that's a good year as well. Fifth year, I have no idea, but I heard that it's gonna be really hard, because you have seven exams, seven final exams, plus LLEC, which is a boarding kind of board exam, from all the theoretical exams that you have. You can take it in English or Polish, depends on you. And yes, and also at the end, we have the language efficiency for the people that want to take this language exam and do the stage in Polish, which is also really hard. I guess fifth year is the hardest, let's say.
Okay, so fifth year is the hardest. Okay. So, what were the study methods that you applied, or you would tell other people to apply, so they can, seamlessly or flawlessly make it till fifth year?
Uh, for me, everybody has their own method to study. Like some people study in the morning, some people study at night, some people study when they are listening to music. So I have my own method. I don't know. You have to find the method that suits them and then follow that. That's basically it. But the uh, basic rule is perseverance and making a schedule and stick to that. So do it constantly. Don't like study for one day and then don't study for like then just doing nothing for 3 days. And the second thing is some exams are like really big. The subjects have so much thing to study. Like it's a book like has like 300 pages, 400 pages, like pharmacology, microbiology, anatomy, like so much to study, even histology. So you shouldn't start studying like night before the exam. So you have to at least make a plan 1 week, 2 weeks before that. You have to know how fast you can read the book and how fast you can finish subjects. So you have to know them beforehand and then try to make a schedule for yourself and stick to that.
Okay. So, looking back, is there anything you would have done differently in your academic journey?
Yes, I would choose Łódź University rather Medical University of Silesia. Yes,
Okay.
that was the big thing. But I would choose Poland because if you take me back to the time, I hadn't to be honest at the time, I had no other options. Like for me, with the person that I am, this place was my only option. So and was the best option compared to others. But I would choose Łódź University. Yes. It's more international, let's say. There are so many more international students there, and the city is nicer.
Oh, that's for the city you're gonna change the university. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what has been the most rewarding part of your experience studying abroad? And don't say which university.
No, 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 no. Rewarding. The most rewarding, I guess, is after you like treat every patient. It's like really rewarding for me. You use all of your knowledge that you studied in the books, and you usually use it on patients, and you treat them, and that's the most rewarding thing. And the second thing is that I try to keep my average as high as possible, and that's another rewarding thing for me. And the most rewarding is graduation, I guess. When you are done with everything and you have the highest score and you get graduated, you get your diploma in your hand and you are ready to work. That's the best feeling, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yo, that's a nice way to think about it. Okay. So, how do you think international education system contributes to the field of dentistry globally?
Repeat that question because I didn't get that. What do you mean by it?
I said that. How do you think that the international education system would contribute to the field of dentistry on a global scale?
Well, I personally don't know, but the thing that I know is that dentistry is one of those courses which the technology is really like present in this course, and like the treatments get changed based on the new technologies and the new material is getting invented, and so every method are changing. And sometimes the books and the university like stay behind uh, of like teaching you the latest and the newest technologies and the methods. For example, the endodontic treatment that now we are doing is based on the manual kind of files that we are using, which in most of the clinics they are using the rotary system, which is a machine that they can do it in 10 minutes, but for us it's like 40 minutes, 50 minutes to do it because it's hard to change the material, do the step back technique. But yeah, but medicine is totally different because you study the book, you know the anatomy for every human being. It's the same kind of, and there are kind of methods in terms of surgery, but most of the techniques and methods and examinations remains the same. But in dentistry, you may learn how to, for example, work with Fuji material during your practice, and then you go to a clinic, and then you see that the Fuji is not no longer used. Nobody use Fuji anymore, so you have to. There is a new material, for example, that works differently, and that's a challenging part. And to me, most of the books, like even in some books, I still see amalgam as a material of choice for filling the teeth. However, amalgam is no longer used in the dental office.
Okay. So I also wanted to ask that you've been like studying for 4 years now, want to go
Yes.
to Cluj. So I wanted to ask that when you came as an international student here and you saw a proper Polish professor teaching you, how was your relationship with your teachers? Was it easy to understand them or at first, or did they try to understand, or did they give off kind of like a Polish vibe?
No, they have the Polish accent in terms of when they're speaking the English language. It's a little bit hard for you at the beginning, but no, most of them they're like really kind people, to be honest with you. Most of them are like really they have so much knowledge and they guide you and they help you in any step. And yeah, I was satisfied with my teachers, to be honest. They are really they were I had really good teachers. I never actually had a really good teachers because some of them got changed afterwards, and I heard that they weren't that good. But very lucky, yeah.
Okay.
Everyone else has tried to speak English perfectly, so I don't have expectation from them to speak like fluently, like American or from like a person like who lives in UK. I also have some accent, like Persian kind of accent in my English, so it's fine for me. I understand it. I understand what they're saying.
Okay. So, what if you had an opportunity to implement some changes in the Polish education system overall and specifically your university, what would you want to implement?
I would make it easier for international students after they post-graduation. This stage, and it's like really expensive. 15,000 euros is so much money, and you have to pay it in one go. There is no installments going on, and that would be really hard compared to other universities like Warsaw, which they have lower fees for this. Like they have 6,000, 10,000 euros, but here is 15,000, which is really high. I would do that. I would try to lower the price, and I would inform the students from the beginning about the situation that if they want to do the Polish stage and what's the difference, the English stage. I would prepare them mostly for the post graduation because yes, during these 5 years you have so many challenges, you have so many hard subjects, you have to pass so many exams, but you do all of them for the reason, right? You have to do it to get your diploma, and then you want to work. So when you want to get graduated and you don't know what to do because you have to do the stage and it's really expensive to do it in English, and you want to do the Polish one but you don't know the language, it's you can't do anything. That's a hard point to be. And in my opinion, it would be really great to inform the students from the beginning and then lowering the price of the English stage.
Okay. So, also, I wanted to ask when you came to Poland and
Yeah,
right till now, you must have noticed some cultural differences, right? I mean, you noticed one of
yeah,
them that people don't want to talk to foreigners. Actually, I would say they're not very open to foreigners at first in
yeah.
Poland. And so, what other culture differences have you seen, and did you try to bridge the gap between them? Like, do you have a role in bridging cultural and education gaps within the medical community or dental?
Um, Uh, the thing is that most of these cultural, I'm gonna say cultural differences because when I came here, I was prepared that I'm gonna go to a country which is totally different. So I'm going to their country. They haven't invited me. They didn't wanted me to be here. I wanted to be there. So I have to respect their rules. I have to respect all their cultures. Uh, Something is because I'm coming from Iran and it's an Islamic country, it's a Middle East country, and most of them due to some news, which I call it fake news, they think they have some Islamophobia, and they like see all the people the same kind of that they come from that region, and they think that some of them are dangerous or something because of the news that they are hearing. And it's not only in Poland, it's in the whole Europe, the Islamophobia. And because my name is Mohammed, and when I say my name, most of them ask first about my religion and then ask, what do you think about like Islam? What do you think about this? I find it a little bit annoying sometimes. Even when I'm in the clinic, some patients ask me this. And the universe, to be honest, cannot do anything about it. It's the people. I mean, the educational system in Poland should make them more aware of the fact that what's going on outside this country, and the news should be more honest with people. But yeah, there is adding to the fact that Polish people are a little bit cold and they are not open to foreigners. We have to add, for us, for me as a uh, like a person comes from Islamic country, that there is Islamophobia going on here a little bit, and at the beginning they put their guards up a little bit for us. They think that we want to harm them or we may be dangerous or something like this. So it's a little bit annoying for me, actually. I found it really annoying.
Okay, so when you see some people showing a bit of, I'm just gonna say it as it is, like a bit of racism towards you, do you try to bridge the gap in any way, or just be like, "Ha, cool," and walk away?
No, I'm gonna walk away because I'm not seeking for any trouble. And to be honest, you cannot change people. Like, for example, you see a 40 years old or middle-aged person telling some racist comments. What you're gonna tell them? You're gonna say, for example, some F words to them, and it's not gonna change the situation. I'm gonna walk away. But most of the people who are my patient, they are on the dental chairs. They are scared the fact that I have the bear in my hand, so they are not gonna go crazy, but they will be racist, but they're gonna ask some questions which are racist, basically. It's like, oh, you're Muslim, or you like no ISIS, what's going on? What are you talking about? I'm Muslim, but all the Muslims are not ISIS. So this is like totally a really challenging time for me, and I don't like it at all. Sometimes there were some times even in the gym or in the shopping center that I tried. I didn't fight with the person. I didn't fight with the person, but there was a kind of argument between us because of that. Yeah.
Okay. Um, okay, so before we end the podcast, would you like to give any words of wisdom to
For the
everyone?
wisdom. I don't consider myself as a wise man, but I only tell them the people who wants to start their journey, they have to really like this. Like you have to like whatever you want to do. You have to first know your potential, know your interest, and then take the step. It's not that easy. Some people, some of my friends even, before they start their like studying dentistry in Poland, they thought it's like easier to be here and just getting to become a dentist and then making money afterwards. It's not that easy. First of all, being a dentist is hard, and making money as a dentist afterwards, it's even harder. So don't think that by becoming a dentist you guarantee your future forever. No, it's not. You have to be a good dentist in order to guarantee it, and it really needs patience. It needs perseverance. It needs making a schedule for yourself, stick to that, and yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, to be a good.
So I have to already coming here. I have to learn responsibilities because once you have this choice, you have to stick to that.
Okay. Well, thank you, Rosa, so much for your time.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, so this is where we're gonna end the podcast. And good night.
Good night. Bye.
Bye.